नमस्कार, बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है गाइस आपके अपने ही चैनल KFCS पर। तो गाइस आज का मैच इंडियन टीम का मैच था, बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त तरीके से मैच को जीता गया और सबसे बड़ी चीज़ कहते हैं ना कि माइलस्टोन वही सबसे अच्छा होता है जो आप नहीं सारी दुनिया सेलिब्रेट करती है। विराट कोहली शतक विराट कोहली लगाया और पूरे विश्व ने उस चीज़ को सेलिब्रेट किया, क्या ज़बरदस्त और इनफैक्ट अंपायर ने भी साथ दे दिया विराट कोहली का कि आज आप शतक करिए चाहे कितने भी व्हाइट बॉल डल जाए, आज आप शतक करिए और आपको पूरे मौके मिलेंगे। तो ये थी एक एग्ज़ाम्पल अब कहते हैं ना कि जश्न माइलस्टोन हो तो ऐसा जिसमें सारी दुनिया जश्न मनाए, ना कि आप अकेले जश्न मनाएँ। तो विराट कोहली जो दिल से दुनिया चाहती है, भारतीय चाहते हैं कि विराट कोहली जो है माइलस्टोन को छुएँ, सचिन तेंदुलकर को जो ज़बरदस्त रिकॉर्ड है उसको ब्रेक करें, तो उसकी ओर एक कदम और बढ़ा दिया है सचिन तेंदुलकर के रिकॉर्ड को अब वो क्रॉस करने जा रहे हैं। वहीं बात करें सबसे ज़्यादा वर्ल्ड कप में रन्स बनाने की, वो भी इस वर्ल्ड कप में लग रहा है विराट कोहली कर जाएँगे। ये साल विराट कोहली के लिए अच्छा रहा है, अगर मैं बात करूँ तो पिछले 2-3 सालों में काफ़ी ज़्यादा स्ट्रगल किया विराट कोहली ने, लेकिन अब जब शतक आने लग गया है, तो विराट कोहली का जो कॉन्फिडेंस है, वो देखते ही बनता है और जब कॉन्फिडेंस आता है एक प्लेयर का, मोमेंटम आता है, तो रन्स और माइलस्टोन्स बनने लगते हैं। तो विराट कोहली के लिए हमेशा यही कही जाती है, बहुत लोगों से आपने सुना भी होगा कि जब विराट कोहली शतक लगाते हैं, तो रिकॉर्ड्स जो है खतरे में रहते हैं। तो रिकॉर्ड्स जो हैं बनते ही हैं टूटने के लिए, तो विराट कोहली अब धीरे-धीरे उस रिकॉर्ड की तरफ जा रहे हैं जो उन्हें एक सबसे महान प्लेयर बना देगा, इतिहास बन जाएँगे विराट कोहली। ऑलरेडी विराट कोहली ने इतना कुछ अचीव किया है और अब विराट कोहली जो अचीव करेंगे, वो अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी बात और सभी कहेंगे कि यार हम बहुत खुशनसीब हैं कि विराट कोहली जैसा प्लेयर जो है इंडिया में है, कि बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त क्या क्लास है इस खिलाड़ी की, क्या ज़बरदस्त आज उन्होंने 3 बॉलिंग भी की जब ज़रूरत थी, हार्दिक पांड्या का ओवर कंप्लीट किया, तो बहुत ज़बरदस्त मैच था। मैच के बारे में बात करेंगे, उससे पहले बात करेंगे आज हम माइलस्टोन की। विराट कोहली माइलस्टोन कब तक ये जो है ये क्रॉस कर जाएँगे? लोगों के मन में अब बात चल रही होगी, लोग कैलकुलेट करना स्टार्ट कर चुके हैं कि यार विराट कोहली कब इस माइलस्टोन को क्रॉस करेंगे, क्योंकि अब वो 35 साल के होने वाले हैं अगले महीने नवंबर में। तो जब वो 35 साल के हो जाएँगे तो ऐज के साथ-साथ कहते हैं विज़न का इश्यू होने लगता है। विज़न जो है थोड़ी क्लैरिटी नहीं रहती है जो हमारे जब हम अर्लियर 18 और 20s के ऐज में जब हम खेलना स्टार्ट करते हैं, तब विज़न अलग होता है, तब जोश अलग होता है, बॉडी अलग होती है, सब कुछ अलग-अलग होता है। तो विराट कोहली के साथ क्या चेंजेस आ सकते हैं? अब 35 साल के होने वाले हैं, क्या वो 40 तक खेल सकते हैं? हमने बहुत खिलाड़ियों को देखा सकते थे, क्या विराट कोहली वहाँ तक खेल सकते हैं? मुझे लगता है खेल जाएँगे क्योंकि विराट कोहली का जो फ़िटनेस है वो बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त है। अगर हम बात करें विराट कोहली की, तो विराट कोहली की आप फ़ील्डिंग की बात करिए, विराट कोहली की आप एग्रेशन की बात करिए, विराट कोहली की आप लीडरशिप की बात करें, एज़ अ लीडरशिप भी बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त। लीडर अच्छे थे, इसमें कोई डाउट ही नहीं है। तो मुझे लगता है कि देखिए विराट कोहली जो है अचीव कर जाएँगे। बहुत लोगों के मन में सवाल होगा कि थोड़ा स्लो होंगे, फॉर्म आएगी, नहीं आएगी। बट मुझे लगता है जब कंसिस्टेंसी है इस खिलाड़ी की, जिसने इसने इतनी कम इनिंग्स में इस लाइ माइलस्टोन को अचीव करना अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी बात है। आप सोचिए 250 इनिंग्स के आसपास खेल चुके हैं, जिसमें इन्होंने 48 शतक लगा दिया है। 48 शतक है, 76 इंटरनेशनल शतक है और 26,000 रन्स हो चुके हैं। ये कहते हैं ना कि जो अ, बड़े-बड़े प्लेयर्स हुए, जो पुराने प्लेयर्स थे, वो सीढ़ी चढ़ रहे थे। एक-एक सीढ़ी चढ़-चढ़ के उन्होंने रन्स बनाए। विराट कोहली तो ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे लिफ्ट पे ही चढ़ गए स्टार्टिंग में ही, जिसमें इतनी तेज़ी से उन्होंने रन्स बनाए। वो एरा था विराट कोहली का 2010 से लेके 2020 तक, जिसमें उन्होंने इतना नाम कमाया, इतने रन्स बनाए कि आज देखिए आज हम उनके माइलस्टोन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं। तो मुझे लगता है विराट कोहली का जो है अब बहुत जल्द वो समय आने वाला है जिसमें हम बोलेंगे कि विराट कोहली अ, विश्व के सबसे शानदार खिलाड़ी हैं, जिनके नाम वो सारे रिकॉर्ड्स हैं जिसको तोड़ पाना बहुत ही मुश्किल है। हालाँकि अभी भी कुछ लोग हैं वो कहेंगे कि नहीं, सचिन का रिकॉर्ड जो है वो सेफ है, बट मुझे लगता है कि जो जज़्बात इस खिलाड़ी में हैं, जिस तरह की मेहनत है, जितनी मेहनत करते हैं ये जिम में, और जिस तरह से अपने आप को फिट रखते हैं ये खिलाड़ी, कुछ ख़ास है। और ये खिलाड़ी डिज़र्व करता है, ये खिलाड़ी वर्ल्ड कप ही नहीं डिज़र्व करता है, ये खिलाड़ी माइलस्टोन भी डिज़र्व करता है कि इसे इस माइलस्टोन तक पहुँचना चाहिए, मेहनत लगती है। आप सोचिए, जो एक खिलाड़ी अपने 20-25 साल में नहीं कर पाता है, वो विराट कोहली ने 10 साल में किया है। तो मुझे लगता है कि मेरे व्यूज़ जो हैं इस पे विराट कोहली के लिए, हालाँकि मुझे लगता है विराटियंस इस चीज़ पे बहुत ज़्यादा खुश होंगे, वहीं दूसरी ओर रोहितियंस होंगे, और भी बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं कम्युनिटी के, जो कह रहे होंगे कि यार नहीं, विराट कोहली जो है नहीं कर पाएँगे। वो कई लोग दुआ भी कर रहे होंगे इस चीज़ का, क्योंकि ये बहुत बड़ा रिकॉर्ड है, और किसी प्लेयर के लाइफ़ में ये बहुत बड़ा अचीवमेंट होता है कि अगर आप इस रिकॉर्ड को छू लें। तो मुझे लगता है कि बिल्कुल अब देखने वाली बात रहेगी कि किस तरह से ये आगे चलता है, विराट कोहली कितने साल में इस रिकॉर्ड को तोड़ते हैं। बट मुझे लगता है कि विराट कोहली अपने जो है 40 तक इंडिया के लिए खेल सकते हैं, एक और वर्ल्ड कप में देख रहा हूँ, क्योंकि इनका जो फ़िटनेस है वो बहुत अच्छा है। अभी टीम को अच्छी सर्विस देने वाले हैं इंडियन टीम को, और बहुत कुछ हम देखने वाले हैं विराट कोहली के बल्ले से। तो आज विराट कोहली ने बहुत ज़बरदस्त बल्लेबाज़ी की, नो डाउट। देखिए, एट द एंड माइलस्टोन के लिए लोग कहेंगे कि मैंने देखा बहुत सारे लोगों ने एजेंडा भी चलाया, सेल्फिश सेंचुरी, या बट हम ये एजेंडा नहीं चला रहे। ओके,
Hello.
सो वेलकम पवन वंस अगेन इन KFCS। हाउ आर यू?
Good. I'm a bit sleepy right now, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so Pavan, let's start with a Virat Kohli milestone. Always we say that whenever Virat scores a century, one record is broken and one new record is on the way. So if we talk about Virat Kohli, another interesting player means a common cricketer took 20 to 25 years to score that much amount of runs that Virat Kohli have done it between the 2010 and 2020. That was the era where Virat Kohli makes so many runs.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing much to talk about Virat Kohli. He's exceptional, world-class player, obviously. I think what he's contributed to India cricket has been amazing. Yeah, I didn't expect him to score 48 ODI centuries when he first began international cricket, but yeah, I mean, it's incredible the way that he's been scoring runs at a quick rate. I think, especially in ODI cricket, I think he's completely dominated the format, especially chasing. I think there is none. I don't think even Sachin Tendulkar can match Virat Kohli when it comes to chasing, especially in ODI matches. I think he's the best when it comes to chasing. And yeah, I think definitely Virat Kohli has definitely changed since last year. I think he's found his momentum. He's found his batting form and he's been brilliant. That's it, I can say. I mean, scoring 48 centuries, 78 international centuries. Definitely a big achievement for him, especially in this World Cup. I think the form
Yeah,
that he is in right now, especially we saw in Australia against Australia that 86 and 100 as
yeah, of
well. So
course.
he's in prime form right now. So I think we can expect more centuries coming up, especially teams against Netherlands. I think even Sri Lanka. I don't want to disrespect my team, but at the moment, I think Kohli can definitely dominate against these teams coming up as well.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so Pavan, when it comes to the milestone, whenever India is going to reaching the milestone in history, also we see some team. First of all, come to Sri Lanka. Their bowler was Suraj Randive, who bowls a wide ball when Sehwag was about to reach century. I saw
Mm.
that live match also. Today, the same thing we see from Bangladesh team. Nazum Ahmed bowls a wide ball to prevent him making another milestone, another century. So, Pavan, do you think this is a good behavior as a team? Means This is not good. In fact, you lost the match, but what is this thing that you are giving extras and preventing a player to get a milestone?
But that was a selfish act
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yes, I think that's very selfish from Bangladesh. We've seen that in the past. I think against Argentina also they had plans to prevent a century also, but Sachin obviously competed all those and got it in the 2012 Asia Cup. So yeah, in the age of Bangladesh cricket, that should have been a wide award.
yeah, yeah. Of course. Okay.
Could deny that's the only reason I see how that's not given a wide. Otherwise, that was wide. But yeah, very selfish act from Nasun Mohammed. Really don't like to see these kind of acts. Even I think that Randeep's incident also, I definitely don't like that act. Obviously, players deserve to get centuries when they deserve to get it, but unfortunately, there is a selfish nature of players. Obviously, that want to prevent legends to get centuries, so that can't be helped. That's the nature of cricket. So yeah, very selfish act from Nasun Mohammed, and I think those acts
Yeah. Okay,
will,
Pawan.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so coming to Rahul, I'm just talking with Pawan about in history what we see today. Wide ball from Nazum Ahmed to preventing a milestone. He was trying it, and same I see with Sehwag when the Suraj Rendi from Sri Lanka was bowling a wide ball to Sehwag, and at the end what I see that there was a no ball where Sehwag hits a six. So unfortunately he was on 99 not out, but India win it convincingly against Sri Lanka. So, Rahul, do you agree with it the way the team players are thinking to prevent a milestone just by giving so many extras?
Yeah, so I think on Pawan's show, I mean, I think just before you entered, I was telling Pawan that Bangladesh is the only team who I dislike more than Pakistan, to be frank, because at least with the Pakistan, it's only fans who are making some kind of noise and all that. Players are not uh, behaving so badly compared to the fans. But with Bangladesh, even the players themselves are being very petty. I think this is a very petty move of Bangladesh to try and prevent someone from scoring a century. Uh, Trying to score a century after you have pretty much won a match is another thing. Uh, that is a totally different aspect. Yes, it was very obvious Virat Kohli was trying to play for his century. That is was pretty obvious looking at the match and seeing Virat Kohli turning down singles. It was obvious that he wanted to play for his century, but he did that after knowing that India has won the match pretty much and victory is guaranteed. But it is another thing when you are losing a match very badly, you're getting humiliated, that too, and you decide to stop somebody else from reaching their milestone. I think that's a very petty move on the part of the Bangladeshis to do that. That those are my thoughts.
Yeah, okay. So particularly this is like an agenda where comments, so many comments are coming against Virat Kohli, so we have to say against them. So first of all, Pavan, he's saying Kohli is most selfish player. Do you think Pavan, a selfish player can score so many runs like this? Means in just a average
I
of
don't
10
think
to
Kohli
12
is
years?
selfish. Obviously, he knew. Obviously, India was winning, and then obviously Kohli wanted to get the century. So that's fair enough. If India was going, he's going to win the match, then it's fair enough. If Kohli is thinking about records, I don't. I think definitely, I don't think Kohli is selfish. When we see other players like Baba Azam, when they're trying to score their century, they're thinking about themselves only without the team. But I think Kohli definitely thinks about the team first rather than his records. I'm definitely sure about that. Otherwise, I don't think he can score this amount of runs and he can contribute this amount much to India cricket. I don't think so. So I don't think he's definitely selfish. I disagree with Andy's comment completely. He knew India is going to win, so that's why he was trying to get the century. So it's fair enough. I don't think net run rate is going to affect India right now. I think they've got already won 4 matches. I don't think it's going to affect them to definitely go to the semi-finals. I think, anyways, any team might lose 1 or 2 matches, but I don't think net run rate is going to come into play for India, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically, this is
Uh,
Rohitians who is commenting
yes.
this. Yeah.
So, Puna, I want to say something. I mean, actually, Pawan did mention about Babar Azam. So, Babar Azam, many times, when the team is batting first and the team is in the death overs, he has taken a single to reach his 100 rather than trying to hit a boundary. And even in PSL, Simon Dool has criticized Babar Azam for doing this kind of thing. So Virat Kohli was trying to play for a century after he knows the match is already won. If we were playing in the death overs and India was chasing a very big target, Virat Kohli wouldn't have done this. So Kohli also plays according to the requirement. As far as Rohit Sharma playing for the team is not in the question. To be frank, like Abhinav was suggesting, there's no doubt Rohit Sharma also plays for the team. This is not. This is first of all a team sport, Abhinav. This is not an individual competition. We're not trying to have a competition between Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. Their objective is not to outscore each other. The objective is to help the Indian team win, and that is the goal at the end of the day. And actually, to give a response, I don't like want to put Rohit Sharma down at this point, but if we are talking about Virat Kohli and scoring quickly, last year versus Pakistan, Rohit Sharma failed at the top of the order, and it was Virat Kohli who saved the team ultimately with an 82 off 53, and was able to get the team over the line when victory was looking out of reach. I think India needed something like 16 or 17 runs per over in the last 3 overs last year in the T20 World Cup, and Virat Kohli was able to find the boundaries and get India over the line. So Virat Kohli is no stranger to aggressive batting. He can step on the accelerator and score quickly when the team requires it. And if we're talking about ODI cricket, very recently Kohli scored a century against Pakistan at a very decent pace. 122 of 94 balls he scored, and him and KL Rahul, who are not really renowned for scoring quickly in T20 cricket. They both scored 105 runs off the last 10 overs in that match, in the death overs, and got India above 350 runs. When people were saying that if Kohli and KL Rahul bat out all 50 overs, India will not score 350, but they managed to do it all on their own.
Yeah, okay. And one thing I want to say to Avinav, that if today Rohit Sharma hit the century, then everyone will say that Virat is a means Rohit is a best player, right? Means he's a hit man, he's this that. I think more than the player, play as a team. That in a team we are very lucky we have Virat and Rohit as a number one and number three batsman. Yeah,
Yes.
there are so many comments here.
Kohli and
Means
Rohit and
in Twitter
Kohli's
also.
batting styles are complementary in my mind. Kohli is able to play the way he does, and doesn't have to score quickly because Rohit Sharma gives India those quick starts and manages to bring the requirement down for the team, and that's why Kohli is playing sensibly. Why does Kohli have to start hitting sixers from ball one and play like Glenn Maxwell or Yusuf Pathan
Yeah.
when the requirement is not much? It doesn't make any uh, sense. People are
Yeah,
being
I
greedy.
agree. I
They see Rohit
completely agree.
Sharma hitting
Yeah,
sixers.
I
Rohit
think both.
Sharma's style of batting in this tournament, I'll agree. For a spectator, it's more entertaining to see boundaries of every ball. Kohli does it the ugly way. Uh, I agree, but winning is more important at the end of the day. It's not about entertainment. Winning is the entertainment for Indian fans. It's not entertaining to see batsmen
Definitely.
going for sixers and then throwing their wickets away. That is not entertainment for Indian fans. No matter how much we
Absolutely.
play in an entertaining way in this World Cup, if India doesn't lift the trophy, if somebody else goes home with the World Cup trophy, Indian fans are not going to be happy in the end. That is all they'll remember. Nobody's going to remember, oh, Rohit Sharma smashed six sixers in an over. Nobody's going to remember all that.
Okay, so another thing is saying that Rohit Sharma is going to win the World Cup. Kohli is useless. So he's saying like this. Okay, it's okay.
No,
It's okay.
I think
Okay.
both are definitely important in the team. I think
Yeah.
yes, I completely agree with Rahul. I think Rohit Sharma takes the risk from ball one itself, tries to hit those sixes. I don't know, he's sort of aggressive more. I don't know about that, but Virat Kohli, I think his technique cannot be matched by anyone. I think the way that he plays those cover drives, I think that's the kind of cricket we like to watch rather than the entertainment side that certain cricketers are going with. I think you need technique, and I think number three, I think right now as a batter, I don't think anyone can compare to Virat Kohli in world cricket. I think the way that he performs, I don't care about these selfish things that I don't know these comments have been said, but I think both have a different role to do and they are doing it properly. I think Rohit Sharma in his role as opener, he's giving those aggressive starts. So I think with Rohit obviously as the captain, he is doing his part, and I think Virat Kohli, his job is to play his role, score runs as much as possible at a quicker rate, and I think he's doing that. Even if he's not scoring sixes, it doesn't matter. And I mean, today obviously he was trying to play for his century after knowing that India won. So I think we
Yeah.
don't need to argue about
Yeah,
that. India were going to win anyways. Didn't matter about net 100 because India already won the last three matches. So I don't think we need to
yeah.
question on how Virat Kohli got the century and how Team India won this match, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
Rahul,
as a
another
result,
answer.
Kohli's trying to score his century didn't make India lose the match.
Yeah.
Uh, Instead of winning in 39 overs, we won in 41 overs. Big difference. We've been won 4 out of 4 matches, and we've been winning all the matches comfortably with a handful of overs to spare. I think India's the last team that right now in this tournament that should be worrying about net run rate. To be very honest, we have a very good net run rate, and even if we lose some matches, we're not going to lose badly enough that our net run rate will go into minus. So India's semi-final spot is pretty much guaranteed
Confirmed.
right now. So where is the need to worry about net run rate? And unlike in IPL, in this tournament, you just need to be in the top four. Whether you're first place or fourth place, you're in the semi. You're going to play a semi-final. In IPL, there is a playoff system where if you reach the top two, you have two chances of making the finals. That's not the case in this tournament. There is no difference between finishing at number one or finishing at number four. You have only one chance to make the final, and if you lose in the semis, you lose. That's it. The tournament is over. Of course, India won't finish at fourth place. I think we will finish in the top two for sure. Looking at the way this team is performing, and frankly speaking, in an ODI team, you don't need aggressive batsmen from top to bottom. You can have batsmen who will grind out an innings. Even in the modern day ODI play, you can have batsmen who are grinders and who will grind out an innings. And in fact, you need it in certain situations. India was 2 for 3 in the first match when with a target of 200 against Australia. You think we would have chased down 200 by trying to play aggressively? No, we would have probably lost that match if Virat Kohli decided, okay, I'm Glenn Maxwell, so I will hit 100 of 52 balls in this match. And we would have probably lost the match. So grinding out in that case worked, and it works in certain situations. I want to throw out another stat from this match, and that is while Rohit Sharma was batting and after he got out. While Rohit Sharma was batting, India was scoring at 6.9 runs per over, close to 7 runs per over. After Rohit Sharma got out, India scored at 6 runs per over. So, not a very big difference between when Rohit Sharma was batting today and when he was not batting.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so Pavan, tell me the answer of this question. He's saying that Virat is not able to take the single. Just for century, he's going for single. If Rohit do the same thing, what is your views? If Rohit do the same.
Why are we taking these comments and arguing about the approaches of Kohli and Rohit Sharma? Because they're two completely different batters. Rohit Sharma, the way that he gets a century, yes, he might go for the single and score, but I mean, both of them are different style of players. I think Kohli more of he look focuses on his technique. He tries to obviously score more grounded shots more than going for lofted shots. I think whereas Rohit Sharma, his approach has changed a bit. I think in the past 2 years, trying to be a bit more aggressive and trying to play sixes whenever loose balls are being given. So completely different techniques, I think, when it comes to both Rohit and Kohli. And I don't think it's right to compare both these players because they play in different roles and play in different ways. So I don't think, but I think when it comes to ODI cricket, I think Kohli has dominated. Yeah, stats has proven. I think the technique has proven. I think there's nothing to argue. I think Kohli has definitely dominated this format. I think ODI cricket when it comes. I think only Sachin Tendulkar can be close if we come to compare Kohli. But I don't like to compare Kohli and Rohit because they're completely different players. But when it comes to ODI cricket and especially in chases, I think when it comes to Team India, I think they all rely on Virat Kohli and how he performs, because Virat Kohli definitely steps up defensively when when India is under pressure. He definitely comes and tries to score as much as runs as possible. So I think that's the reason why they call Kohli King Kohli, because he knows how to handle under pressure and he knows how to score runs whenever it's vital. So it's fair enough. I think 48 ODI centuries, not a joke. It's definitely not easy, and all of them have come in chasers, most of it, of Kohli. So it's not a joke at all, and he's proven it. So and there's nothing much to talk about how you score the century and how whether Kohli hits a six or whether he scores a one, doesn't matter. At the end, it's a century, and he's already done it for Team India. And there's nothing much to argue. I don't know why Andy Mike is preferring one player over other and talking about that, but it's useless. If he prefers Rohit, that's his opinion. So we have different opinions compared to his, for sure.
Mm, so I want to add in on this. I think I'll have to say this almost like a fan. I think critics will be critics, haters will be haters. If Virat Kohli didn't play for his century today, people will troll him saying he's not scoring World Cup centuries. That
Yeah.
is what they will say. If Kohli scores a century, they will say he was selfish and he played for his century. So you can't please such people anyway. They won't. You can't make them happy. Please everyone.
Yeah, yeah, you have to say. I think no more discussion about this. Who is best, Virat or Rohit? Yeah, so he is going to say that we are going to lose this World Cup, and we are
I
just
think obviously
completing the
there should some people who are Rohit
hundreds
fans,
of
some
Virat.
people who are Virat fans, but this is Team India at the end. This is
Yeah,
Team India, and you have to support all
Yeah,
11
yeah.
players. Come on, guys. I mean,
It's
we don't
not
have to
it's
be
not Team
comparing because
Rohit
both are
Sharma.
playing
It is
different
Team
roles.
India,
yeah,
and Rohit Sharma is not. This is not tennis where Rohit Sharma is what to say playing for himself, or he's Rafael Nadal or Roger Federer or something. Where you say I don't want him
Yep.
to win. What is only Rohit Sharma going to be lifting the World Cup trophy if India wins?
Valid point. Yep.
yeah. Okay, so
Okay, this is a little bit too regional in nature. Okay, because okay, if you don't
yeah,
root for Abhinav, if you don't root for
Guys,
New
let's
Delhi
not
in
go to this topic.
Ranji Trophy
Let's
or in
continue
IPL, we're
from.
not going to
Let's
question you.
focus on the match
If you don't
rather
want
than
to
going for
support Delhi
this.
Capitals or root for New Delhi in Ranji Trophy or any domestic competition, we're not going to question you. But this is Team India. This is not New Delhi cricket team that is playing in the World Cup. This is Indian cricket team.
Come on, Andy,
So,
don't compare Kohli's 100 to MS Dhoni's 91 and say all this, because that was a different scenario and this was a different scenario. So let's not compare both those knocks and let's continue with the match discussion.
yeah. Of course. Okay, so short review about India versus Bangladesh. So short review, Pavan. According to you, what was the match situation and how the teams are performing? Short review, India versus Bangladesh.
I mean, Bangladesh, I think 250 definitely, I don't think was enough on that Pune pitch. I think it was a flat track. I think Bangladesh should have got 300, but I think they missed Shakib really badly today. I think definitely in the middle order, if he was why he can't score boundaries. I don't know. His form has been really worrying for me. I feel like Mahmudullah should have batted at number 5, in my opinion. Mushfiqur Rahim has been in good form. I don't know why he's batting up the order for me. I feel like Mushfiqur Rahim and Mahmudullah should bat above Tawhid Hidroy for me, because Hidroy hasn't been in good form. He hasn't been in good touch, and maybe he could be replaced also in the next match. But good intent by the openers. I have to say that Bangladesh openers by Tanzid and Das, they gave a good start. Even though they played very cautiously as the start, obviously with Bumrah and Siraj obviously been attacking to the stumps. I think both played very cautiously, had a slow start, but then built up a partnership. So that was good signs for Bangladesh. But I think one of them should have held on and scored a century. I think the way that Tanzit was scoring, I thought he could have got a century, and then Bangladesh could have got around 280, 290, I would say. Could have been enough, especially could have put India under psychological, I feel, if they put 290, 300 plus, but was not enough. But Indian bowlers were brilliant today, I feel, especially even though Shardul Thakur, I don't know, exception. I don't want to talk about how Shardul has been performing because I've been a huge critic of him. I think he should be dropped from the playing 11. But apart from him, I think Siraj made a good comeback. I think, especially a lot of people were criticizing him and telling he should be dropped after 3 matches. But I've been a huge fan of Siraj since the Asia Cup. He should still be in the team no matter what, how he performs, or what. He is a very important bowler for India and pick up wickets whenever it's needed. You just need to be patient with him. So, and Bumrah, we know the abilities of Bumrah, especially in the power play and the death overs. I don't think when it comes to a fast bowler in the death, I don't think anyone can compare to Bumrah. Maybe Stark or Bolt, but I think Bumrah is in the form right now. And spinners have been brilliant. I think Jadeja hasn't been given much credit, but he has been brilliant so far in the World Cup, in my opinion. The way that he's been picking up wickets, the way that he's been, the trajectory has been brilliant. I think the way that he has been not giving much runs, building up the pressure to the batters, especially in the middle overs. It's been brilliant along with Kuldeep. I think been brilliant. I hope they can continue this kind of form, especially towards the semi-finals, because I think India guaranteed semi-final with the way that they're playing. So I think they should just keep up their performance right now, especially when it comes to bowling and batting. Anyways, I think top order has been scoring plenty of runs for India, and I don't think 257 was a huge threat with Bangladesh not having Shakib. One big mistake I think Bangladesh did was not making Mustafizur bowling in the power play. I don't know. He's just given one over. He is the main threat. I don't know why
Yeah,
they are.
exactly.
Bangladesh didn't think of. I think Shanto obviously being inexperienced. I think wanted to keep Mustafizur in the after the power play. But I don't understand. Mustafizur is a threat when it comes to the first power play. And it should have bowled Mustafizur in the power play. Could have picked up wickets. So I don't get that. Maybe because Rohit Sharma has a good record against Mustafizur and is good against left arm bowlers, especially. That could have been a case. But still, I think Mustafizur should have bowled. So big mistake, I feel. But yeah, I think India definitely were dominant. That's it, I can say.
Yeah, thank you, Pavan. So nicely you explained the innings in the short. Okay, so Rahul, another comment for you. He's saying that one of the favorite innings of Virat Kohli.
Okay, so I
Welcome
want
to
to.
Virat fan club.
I see. I want to. There are too many good innings Virat Kohli has played. To be honest, it's hard to choose one. I think I will do one for each format. I think
Yeah,
that'll be appropriate. I think my favorite innings of Virat Kohli in Test cricket. I think it would be probably one of the centuries he scored in Adelaide. Unfortunately, it was a losing cause for Team India. But if I have to think of one like off the top of my head, it would be probably uh, the two innings in Australia. In fact, I think the one in 2014. It was his very first match as a Test captain. I think. And he managed to score twin centuries in that match in Adelaide. Unfortunately, it didn't lead India to a victory. That was very unfortunate. I was very heartbroken after the match because I really thought India was in a good position to win this, and I felt, how did we throw this one away? So, but that was Virat Kohli's very first Test match as a captain, and it kind of symbolized the approach that India follows in Test cricket from then up till now. Up till this point, India has followed a very proactive approach in Test cricket and started pursuing victories in Test cricket, not having a defensive approach in Test cricket. If you look at how India has evolved since Virat Kohli's captaincy, you can see that we have an improved fast bowling attack which tries to take 20 wickets in a match, and we try to pursue victories. In the very first match of Virat Kohli's captaincy, India needed 364 runs to win on the final day of the match, and India went and pursued that target, fell short by 48 runs, unfortunately. But we were in a winning position at one point, and we really made the Aussies sweat hard for a victory on their own soil. Because if you know the context of this match, in two previous series, Australia whitewashed India 4-0 in Australia in 2011-12. Then in 2013, the following year, India whitewashed Australia 4-0 in Australia. India, coming into this series, they had lost a test series in South Africa, in New Zealand. They also got thrashed by England in England. So they were coming into this series on the back of that. So everyone was thinking this is going to be another 4-0 whitewash for Australia. But that match kind of sent a message to Australia that this time around, India is not going to be very easy to beat, and Australia will have to work hard for their win. And that has been the mantra that India has been following in Test cricket until now. So I think those were very vital innings. So that would be Test cricket, in my opinion. In ODI cricket, there are really many good innings that Virat Kohli has played. I'm struggling to pick one in particular. I think I would go with two of them. One of them would be the recent 85 against Australia itself in Chennai. That from 2 for 3, he scored 85 and put India in a winning position. Very special knock. Then I would also say this. I know a lot of people will give me flack for this, but saying 35 or 49 in the World Cup final, in the 2011 World Cup final, Virat Kohli was playing in his first ODI World Cup in this match, and in a World Cup final, no less. It's not easy being a junior in the team. The score was 31 for 2, chasing a target of 274. And at that point, it looked like the final was gone. It looked like Sri Lanka was on their way to victory. But Kohli and Gambhir had a big partnership, and they brought India back into the game. So that was a very vital knock. Certain knocks are more valuable than centuries. Kohli has scored a lot of centuries in the bilateral series, and two of them in the World Cup itself. But those were against Bangladesh in group stages. He scored one against Pakistan. Yes, I know people would be very emotional and say this was against Pakistan, so that has to be the best knock. But Virat Kohli did 34 or 49 and a crucial partnership in a World Cup final. So certain knocks are more valuable than half centuries or centuries. It's not always about the individual milestone that matters. It's about the contribution to the team cause. So I would choose 34 or 49 in that World Cup final. That was a great knock, in my opinion. It was an innings more valuable than centuries. As far as T20 is concerned, again, obviously, I will go with a World Cup knock. And in my opinion, there are many of these, but I would rate the 82 of 53 versus Pakistan last year as right up there with the top knocks, because Kohli has scored many innings under tough situations. In 2014, he guided India to victory, chasing 170 something in the semi-final against South Africa, one of the best bowling attacks at that time. Then in 2016, he literally carried India into the semi-final. He literally, without him, India wouldn't have even been in the semi-final of a home World Cup. Just imagine that, how much pressure that is. He had to bail India out from 35 for 3 against Pakistan, chasing a target of 113. And then against Australia too, it was 60 for 4 or something, chasing 160, and he managed to single-handedly win India both those matches. But there was even more pressure in last year's World Cup match, because target was 160 and India was only some 30 for 4 or something in the first 7 or 8 overs. So anyone would say the match is out of reach, the match is gone. But we miraculously won that match thanks to 82 of 53. And Virat Kohli was not particularly very fluent at the beginning of this innings. Kohli too was struggling. He was on 12 of 21. And though Hardik Pandya started going well in the beginning of that partnership, Hardik Pandya started to lose it. He was not timing the ball. And then Virat Kohli knew he had to step in because the target was getting to 48 of 3 overs. And there was Shaheen Afridi coming to bowl, Haris Rauf coming to bowl, and Virat Kohli raised his game. He took Shaheen Afridi and Haris Rauf apart. That is what to say, an emotional moment for an Indian cricket fan. I'm sure many Indian fans would have been very surprised by what Virat Kohli did over there. So I think 82 not out of 53 is the most special T20 innings.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so Pawan, how you rate the Shubman Gill innings today? Means he's coming from Dengu, 50 plus
It was
runs
good.
today.
I think. Yeah, I think it's good. I think maybe 8 out of 10. I think the way that he got out, I was a bit disappointed. I think he could have definitely finished the match. I think the way that he got dismissed, I think Shubman Gill was on course to get 100. But again, I think, yeah, credit should go to Mehdi Hassan Miras, the way that he picked up the 2 wickets. I think that was good from him. So, yeah, Gill was good. He was in touch. Should have definitely got a century, in my opinion. The way that he was performing, same with Rohit, I think. But yeah, I think those things happen. So yeah, Gill getting a 50, good confidence for him ahead of the New Zealand match, because I think against New Zealand, I think you expect the openers to again deliver. So I think good to see Gill, especially after fever, the way that he's been performing. I think the last 2 matches without that much match preparation. I think in a World Cup, his first World Cup also. So good from him. I feel that's why I said 8 out of 10. I think good performance from him. I just wanted him to just finish off the match, or maybe get a 80 or 90. I would feel that would have been more highlighted rather than him getting a 50. But good to see him getting a World Cup 50 though. His first, I think, of many perhaps.
Okay, Pavan, so far, great innings from Shubman Gill. He started career in a good way. So there is a controversy of Gill and Sara Tendulkar also. So before marriage means how much you can expect him, what milestone he can get. Means 100 milestone or because in all the format Gill is performing. Big thing is that from the starting
Yeah, so
career.
I think Gill, I think a lot of people had many expectations for Shubman Gill, because I think because he was in good form in 2023. I think he had the most runs in ODI cricket, I think, in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. So before coming to this World Cup, but unfortunately he got fever and he had dengue. So I think he was not fit to play the first 2 matches. So otherwise, I think if he was 100% fit, I feel like he could have been amongst the top 5 highest run scorers, in my opinion. But now I don't think it's possible, obviously, with him still not being that 100% fit. And I think he might score a century, I think, in this World Cup. But I think Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma look in better form and in better shape, and they have experience as well in the World Cup. So I think Kohli definitely will be the highest run scorer, in my opinion, the way that it's going right now for India, and Rohit coming second. So I think the way that both of them are in good form, I think India should go all the way with the way that they're performing. I think they should go and win the World Cup, but I don't know. Can't say what's going to happen in the semi-final and finals. So with the way that New Zealand, South Africa, even though they lost to Netherlands, I still think it's just a wake up call for South Africa. I still think South Africa could be a threat. They could be a top 4 team if they can recover from the loss against Netherlands. And I feel even Pakistan, even though Pakistan have a bad record against India, you never know in if they reach the semi-finals what they can do. So I still think New Zealand look like the definitely the most threatening team, because they are the team that has been coming to World Cup finals in the last 6 years, and they've been in the World Cup final in the last 8 years. So they look good the way that they've been performing. The team balance, they don't even require Kane Williamson. That shows how New Zealand has been have been highly performing so far. So that's a huge concern. And Kane is likely to come to the semi-final. Also, there is news, so that could be a threat. So, and India don't have a good record against New Zealand also when it comes to ICC tournaments. So that also could come under notice as well. But you never know. You never know. Cannot predict what happens. So this Sunday, I think, will decide how both the teams' fate will be. I think in the ODI World Cup.
Yeah, okay. So guys, let's come to the match prediction tomorrow. Who is going to win it? Avinav, you also tell me whom team you are going to support, Pakistan or Australia. Okay, so let's come from Rahul. Your prediction, highest wicket taker, highest runs, and whom you are going to support and why.
Okay, so I think it's pretty obvious I'm going to support Australia in this match. I think for most Indians, you can say that they are fans of two teams, India and anyone who plays against Pakistan. So I'm going to support Australia in this match, not just because they're playing Pakistan, but also for the points table will be very interesting if you have two teams who are two wins and two losses. And I feel Australia not being in the semi final would be a huge loss for this tournament. So I think Australia, I want Australia to win tomorrow, and I think Australia will win in my mind, although it is a bit 50-50. But I think the highest run scorer and highest wicket taker are going to be the Bangalore boys, Glenn Maxwell with the bat and Hazelwood with the ball. Both of these players, they know the Chinnaswamy Stadium very well, having played for Royal Challengers Bangalore in the IPL. So I feel they will do very well, especially uh, Glenn Maxwell. Maxwell is a very huge hitter. These boundaries are going to be very small, and Pakistan don't have the strength with their spinners to keep Maxwell quiet. There are certain spin bowlers who Glenn Maxwell struggles against, like Ravindra Jadeja, for example, and to an extent against Ravichandran Ashwin also he has gotten out many times. But and even Kuldeep Yadav, Yuzvendra Chahal, sorry, Chahal. So there are certain spinners who Maxwell struggles against, but he's not likely to be threatened by Pakistani spinners. To be frank, I think Pakistani spinners are on the Bangalore wicket. They're going to go for a lot of runs. That is my opinion. And if you notice, Pakistan before the tournament they wanted their match against Australia to be in Chennai. They didn't want it to be in Bangalore. So they are
Yeah.
so they've played their cards open, which they shouldn't have done because they're showing that they are scared of facing Australia in Bangalore. They are already showing a certain fear over there. With the ball, I think Hazelwood will be very good for the Chinnaswamy Stadium wicket because on these type of wickets, you have to bowl line and length. You shouldn't get too carried away. You have to bowl your proper line and length, and he will definitely test the patience of the Pakistani batsmen. And I think he will be able to get a lot of top order wickets quickly.
Okay. Yeah, he's saying that I never supported Pak in my 31 years of experience. But enough tomorrow I'm going to support Pakistan team because in World Cup I don't see religion. Actually, I like Asian teams. Whenever Asian team playing with another continent, I always be in support. Whether it is Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, or Pakistan. I guess Pakistan can win it because there are some promising players who can perform. Rahul, I think you will also. Agree with my statement. I am talking about Abdullah Shafiq. I am talking about Babar Azam. Talking about Mohammad Rizwan, Iftikhar Ahmed. They can play. They can play as an aggressive batsman. But thing is the intent, what they are thinking, what are they planning is the main thing. But I think Rahul, the track they are giving in Bangalore is pretty similar to Pakistan track. Actually, Pakistan loves this type of track. That's why I am thinking that they are going to attack this Australian team. And one weak link of Australian team is they have one spinner shot, and those 10 overs will be very crucial. And Pat Cummins' form is also bigger thing for Australia. So I think that are some factors where Pakistan can win it and where Australia have to work also. Cummins and one spinner shot.
To be frank, I don't think the one spinner shot thing is a big deal. I think instead of Glenn Maxwell, they'll have to give overs to Stoinis and Marsh. They'll have to give the overs between them. You can't depend on spinners too much in this Chinnaswamy Stadium track because if Glenn Maxwell comes to bowl, I think Pakistan will want to target him. and try to go for runs. But the question is, will Pat Cummins have the, what to say? Will he have the guts to deviate from his plan? Because Cummins has a certain template, much like Babar Azam. He has a certain template for bowling changes and team selection, and he won't deviate from those. You can't be too rigid in a limited overs format, especially when you know that in all matches, not everything will go according to your plan. Certain things will go off of the plan, and you have to adjust to those, and you have to change your bowling plans accordingly. Will Pat Cummins be able to make those changes? That is a big question mark. Same question goes for Babar Azam. If Glenn Maxwell is taking on Pakistan spinners tomorrow, will Babar Azam switch the bowlers around and choose some pace bowlers to limit the damage? These are big questions for tomorrow. So I think it's going to be a very interesting match. Two captains are very similar style.
Yeah, of course, interesting match. Everyone is going to watch it, and of course, it is in Hotstar free, of course, so it is very good. So yes, last question Abhinav is asking. You are giving me interview means you are discussing in front of wall means how the wall
No,
is creating
to be
in
honest,
back.
this is just a background, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think Kunal also has a background when
yeah,
he's doing the videos. I have a background as well.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I think you got a reply also. Okay, so that's why he's saying that. You are in a live or it is imaginary? Yeah, that's why he's asking.
Of course, we are really in a live. Why the doubt?
Yeah, it looks imaginary means if you see my background, you will see that in front of the ground I am doing live. Yeah, it looks imaginary sometimes.
Yes. Nope, it's
Yeah,
a custom background.
yeah, okay, okay. Okay, so he's saying good night. Yeah, good night, Avinav, and thank you very much. Avinav, you always come in commenting and we got good content to have a good debate. Yeah, we remember the
Right?
records of Virat Kohli. Today is the day. Yeah, okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Abhinav, good night. Thank you for your comments. I like Rohitians, Viratians both. Yeah, love you. Yeah, okay. Okay, so thank you very much, Rahul.
Thank
Very
you.
entertaining talk. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the Pavan show also and
Yes,
KFCS show also.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Enjoyed both.
yeah. Today there was great day, Virat century, and we remember all the Virat innings from the starting of his career. Yeah, that is
Yes,
very good.
absolutely.
Yeah, hope so. India will fire against New Zealand because New Zealand is pretty dangerous. I am a little bit fear about Trent Bolt and Mitchell Santner. These two bowlers are really dangerous here. Dangerous. Their 10 overs will kill Team India. I know it. Very crucial overs. Let's see. So let's see, guys, how the game will goes tomorrow. Pakistan versus Australia. So many runs. 350 plus score. Total 700. Can we expect? Rahul? 700
I don't
runs
think. I
or
don't think.
600?
See, given the style of play of both these batting sides, and maybe even going by form, I don't think 350 will
600.
happen. Probably,
600
yeah,
total.
600 at
Total
least.
600.
At
Total
least
600.
600 total will happen. I think both the teams will score above 300. Maybe I'll say 660. To be honest,
Yeah.
650, 660 runs. It'll be a 330, 320 run game.
Yeah, of course. So see you tomorrow, guys. Enjoy the World
Yes,
Cup and
you.
enjoy World Cup with KFCS. So we will come back tomorrow and we will talk about another milestone. Definitely, when there will be high scoring match, milestone is always broken in the World Cup history. Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much, guys. Thank
Okay,
you,
good night.
Abhinav. Goodbye. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Pavan, for your time. Goodbye and good night, guys. Subscribe KFCS. Bye.